Professional Athletes Maximize Your Health, Mental, and Financial Success Seminar. We have some world-class speakers that are going to talk to you and have an open and frank discussion about a lot of issues related to elite athletes, professional athletes, current, future, and former. And of course, it's always an adventure when you start to talk about things that people don't want you to talk about. For those of you who don't know, my name is Reginald. Played a little bit of football when I was young and macho. Now I'm a fat old man, and I'm happy about that. But it's all good, man. You either get old or you get dead. So I choose the latter option right now. Again, we have some dynamic people on this initial panel, and they will be discussing health and professional athletes. And we'll also dive into current athletes, concerns, issues. And the great Mr. Bob Grant just walked in the room, president and founder of the NFL Players Congress, representing over 18,000 players. To my left, we have Coach C.J. Taylor has helped 150 young men receive college scholarships and garnered over $45 million in college scholarships for those young men. Give her a round of applause. Next we have Dr. Michael Linden, PhD. He's director of the Linden Attention Learning Institute or Center and does a lot of great things around the country, spoke all over the world about these issues and related to health and athletes. Dr. Linden. Camilla Nelland is a peak performance consultant. She has a new book out, Working at the Elite Athletes Guide, Working from Inside Out. I should know how to say that, but anyway. Round of applause, please. And of course, the legendary Mr. Leigh Steinberg, who's been associated with the National Alliance of African Athletes. I'll give a little background. For the past 25 years, we presented the premier award in the nation for African American male high school scholar athletes. And that includes James Winston, first round draft pick, and Gerald McCoy, and Rhodes Scholar Byron Grove. The list goes on and on and on. So we have 98% college graduation rate. We've been doing it for 25 years. And you see that trophy there. It weighs about 75 pounds. And every year we do the award thing. And 20 years ago, in 1996, I was living in San Diego, saw this thing about the National Alliance of African American Athletes, and drove to Los Angeles. Mr. Steinberg, Warren Boone, Reggie White were on a panel, and I became involved with that organization, served as the board of directors and chairman of the board for 8 years, and I still work with that organization. So we haven't been always doing these sports conferences, but we're kicking that stuff again. We're here in Los Angeles today. We hope to be in Dallas in October and in Florida. As a result of our social media marketing, all the things going on out there, there have been panelists that have been denied the opportunity to come up here and speak. They were called by powers that be, the NFL Players Association and NFL. I'm not a lawyer, so I just talk, right? I'm just a lowly educator that tries to make a difference and touch people in a positive way. But again, they can't speak. A couple of them will come in, and we have a lot of people that are coming in and out today. So we want to archive this nationally so that people that are not here can be able to receive this important information and they share their knowledge and their skill and their expertise. We want to thank all the people that helped us to make this happen. Dr. Harold Kraft and Pat Day, they were instrumental. We want to thank the Vision Theater and Mr. James Burke in the city of Los Angeles for hosting us. Thank you, sir. And again, we have people that come far and wide. We have Mr. Jones that's come in from Mississippi, and Randy Wyans from Florida, and Maria, where'd you coming from? Colorado, man. This is a big time deal. These are important people. They have world-class experts are in this room. So make sure you have an opportunity to talk to people, network. It's about developing relationships. It's not who you know, it's how they feel about you, right? So develop a relationship. Don't just network and talk to people. And Bob just came back in from Hawaii. Thank you so much for coming back from Hawaii. So again, this is an important topic. It's a touchy topic. That's the reason we were attacked, I guess you would say, by the powers that be. It's all about money. You know, the NFL is coming up with this settlement stuff, and Jones, Attorney Jones will talk about that later. So I'll stop and get out the way, and then I'll let Mr. Steinberg open it up, and he's going to give you some insight and information. He's been an expert again. But before that, let me just say one thing. Again, the National African American Athletes has been around for 25 years. And it has been my privilege and honor to be involved in that organization and work with people. And as a result of people's tireless work that don't get paid, that spend their own time, energy, effort, and money. And Mr. Steinberg has been one of those staunch supporters. And so the National Alliance of Athletes would like to present the 2016 Community Service Award for your 20 years of selfless service to Mr. Leigh Steinberg. All right, now out of the way, the mic is yours. Whatever makes you comfortable. Again, folks, this is about sharing information, so it's informal. This is not some controlled substance, some controlled event, some controlled issue. Be comfortable, be relaxed, interact.
He's dark. How's he looking here? He's really dark.
So thank you, Reginald. I went to Hamilton High, grew up in Los Angeles. I'm honored to receive this. Everett Quinn, who's not here today, set up a group called the Watkins Awards, and they take young black scholar athletes who have exhibited character, and they identify them at the high school level, and then they track them through and stay with them through college, and they go on to do some amazing things. But the criteria is not just athleticism, it's character and it's academics. So it's a group I'm proud to support. Back in 1975, before, when dinosaurs and saber-toothed tigers still roamed the earth, I established a practice in sports representation with a couple key concepts. One is to represent an athlete holistically, so to understand their deepest dreams and goals and their greatest fears and anxieties, and to prepare them for life. So it's about preparing them for second career, preparing them to be role models, and we targeted young athletes who could be role models, and we asked them to go back to the high school community they were from and set up a scholarship fund, or work with the Boys and Girls Club, or work with the church to put down roots in that area so they'd always have a home to come back to. And at the university, where the alums relate to the school through the football and basketball program, to set up foundations. So Troy Aikman has endowed a full scholarship at UCLA, Edgar and James a full scholarship at Miami. We have about 30 of those. And then at the pro level, to find some cause in life they'd like to leave a legacy for. So Work Done just moved the 150th single mother and her family into the first home they'll ever own by making the down payment single mother and having it outfitted. So athletes are changing lives, whether it's dyslexia, underprivileged youth, setting up a charitable foundation where they can leave a legacy and make a difference. And it's messaging too. So when the boxer Lennox Lewis cut a public service announcement that said, "Real men don't hit women," he could do more to change the behavioral attitudes of rebellious young adolescents than 1,000 authority figures ever could. Or Oscar De La Hoya and Steve Young, "Prejudice is foul play." So as I began to represent athletes and had 61 first-round draft picks in the NFL, and the very first player in the draft 8 years, and a big baseball and basketball practice, it became clear that if I had a fiduciary responsibility to them to help them develop the best character possible, second career. So 3 of our former players are now owners, minority owners of NFL teams, and have done extremely well in business and broadcast, that I also had a duty to think about their health. And the NFL dominates America at this particular point, and yet every game is like a traffic accident. And what I learned real quickly is that athletes from Pop Warner and Little League are in a state of denial when it comes to the long-term implications of their health. They're taught to ignore pain, to be stoic. They're surrounded by people who agree. And if your and my ultimate value is long-term health, theirs is the play. It's playing this play. And I've had athletes play with collapsed lungs, with broken ribs, with a broken leg. And so the concept of worrying about what their brain might be like when they're 60 or what their body might be like is something where they won't protect themselves. So it's incumbent on their parents, agents, executives at teams, trainers to intervene. So I had a client named Troy Aikman, and he suffered a concussion. And I went to visit him in a darkened hotel room in Dallas. Dallas had just beaten San Francisco for the right to go to the Super Bowl. And I walked into his room and it was darkened. There was a city awash with celebration. And I walked up to Troy and said, how are you? And he suffered a concussion. And he said, where am I? And I said, well, you're in a hospital. What happened to me?